Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. That's right, people, it's Friday. We've made it through another week. It's Friday the 7th of May. We have some new mods, we have some updates. The updates are here. From top left, the Lizard Lancer 600 Pendulum by FBR Modding, the Zetor Major Series by Pushcap, the Case IH Axial Flow 130-150 pack by Matt26, the Kirkerling Sterno pack by LS Modding, the Sugar Beets Export by TF2020 Mods, the Placeable Metal Gates and Fences by Top Ace 888, and the Egg Crates by Foo Farmer have all had updates today. In front of me then, we've got the JCB Telehandler attachments. This is by RossN mods, 6.96 megabytes download. We have got the grain bucket 3000 litre. We've got the grain bucket 5000 litre. We've got the bale spike. We've got the manure fork. And we've got the silage fork. These you'll find under tools and telehandler attachments. Just telehandlers. So the grain shovel 3000 litre is 2500. It is one slot anyway. There are no options available on that. It will take all of those types of things. The bale spike is 1200. That's also one slot, so nothing changes there. But we do have some options on the actual spikes. We can have standard, layout 1, layout 2, layout 3, layout 4, and back to standard again. Then we've got the manure fork, 2000 litre capacity, will take your main forage type things, 2900 litres. That's two slots, which comes down to one. Not much difference at all. No options available on that. The silage fork, 4500 litre capacity, takes the same things as the manure fork, but much larger capacity. It depends what kind of option you want to go for, a particular, that kind of thing. Then we've got the grain shovel 5000 litre, 2750 to buy, takes all those crop types, and is also one slot, doesn't have any alterations on it at all. So there we go, the JCB Telehandler attachments by RossN mods. Next we have the wool pack. That sounded like the wool pack, not from Emmerdale Farm, not the wool pack in the wall pack. This is by ANDSONGAMER. This is 1.88 megabytes download. You'll find these under decoration, so placeables and decoration. We have got the 20 metre wall section. We've got a 40 metre wall section. We have a 60 metre wall section. And we have, oh, there it is, the stake. There are 3 slots each for the first one, and the slot count then drops down. It's 10 for the first one, 20 and 30, and then 5 for the stake. These are a nice chunky thick construction. Well, I was just looking at the brick texture on the top. That's anyway, if you want to set up a small prison for short animals, people, there's a lot of barbed wire on there, isn't there? You really don't want people to get in or out. But what I like about it is, like I say, because it's got a chunky construction, lining these up for building wall sections would make life a little bit easier, if that's how you want to go about it. So there we go. That's the wall pack by ANDSONGAMER. Next, we've got the small dairy. This is 5.32 megabytes download. It is 17 slots on console. It's by LeoLeo. You'll find it under placeables and miscellaneous, and it is 20,000 to buy. Obviously, that price can fluctuate depending on where you place it. There may be some landscaping fees added on to that as well, but placeables and miscellaneous. Now, if we go into our menu and across one, you'll see the small dairy is highlighted. Now, the price has fluctuated quite a lot over the past 24 hours in-game. I'll explain why in a second. That was sitting about 1,500, but that's gone up to 2,283. Because I was going to say, what's about average for what milk is going for? But that price has really gone up. So I mean, they all fluctuate, but that's not a bad price at the small dairy. Nicely made. And for a sell point for 20 grand, not too bad at all, is it really? That's under placeables and miscellaneous. Next, we have got the large bulk goods haul. This is by GP MrCubeSave. 4 slots on console. It's 6.19 megabytes download. You'll find it under sheds, and it's 25,000 to buy. Again, That's your base price, depending on landscaping fees when you actually place it. But it's 25 grand for the actual shed. There's no lighting on it. Nicely detailed, nicely made. Even the L-shaped brackets in the corners of all the wood and that kind of thing. The large bulk goods haul by GP MrCubeSave. You'll find that the placeables and sheds. Next we got this. Now this one has blindsided me a little bit. Because again, it was one of those ones you go, oh, yeah, okay. This is the maintenance building. This is by JFAGRI, 12.87 megabytes download, 13 slots on console. It's under sheds. We've got a little bit of, you see, with the lights coming out, a little bit of blocky on the shadow, which, I hadn't noticed that before, but that, not great, because I didn't have the light on initially. But what I was going to say was, the detailing on this is amazing. It looks incredible, even down to like the bent bits of corrugated metal where things have clouted it, and a bit of broken guttering that's kind of bent, and a little bit down that end as well. It's nicely made, nicely detailed, nicely textured. Weather vane up on the roof as well, which is pretty cool. Now, this isn't just a shed. This is a vehicle workshop as well. So your trigger's just under there. We've got a little bit of a hayloft as well with a ladder if you want to put some stuff up there. Light switches over the back. So obviously with the light switch off, you haven't got that blocky bit on the shadow. So that's obviously to do with, is it the shader? I'm not too sure. I don't make mods. But if you look on the roof, it's got solar panels, and this is the bit that blindsided me a little bit. So I thought, that's cool, vehicle workshop. What's amazing is, one, the price, but unless this is a mistake, sorry, I know I'm kind of waffling, under placeables and sheds, the maintenance building is 3,500. So you get all of that shed, all of that detail. It's amazing. It's 13 slots, which isn't that much really, which comes down to one slot, but it says there 125 per hour. So I'm assuming this placeable, maybe because of the solar panels, pays out per hour. Now I've gone onto the website Mod Hub to just check it. It doesn't say anything about that. It says daily cost is 12. Doesn't mention that you earn money from it. So unless that's a typo, or, but I mean, regardless, even if you're not going to earn anything from it, 3,500 for that size building with a vehicle workshop, that level of detail for 13 slots, that's brilliant. That's a no-brainer. Like that a lot. The maintenance building by JFAGRI, which surprisingly brings us on to the last of the mods. That's it. We've whizzed through, and there weren't that many today. And it's this little cracker. This is the Dairy Sheep. This is by erShaba VSR Modding, sir. 7.48 megabytes download, 15 slots on console. It will hold 300 sheep, and they produce milk. We've got sheep's milk in game. Now that may be something you've been able to do on PC maybe for a while. On console, that's the first time I think we've had sheep milk. Anyway, feed trough is just here. Milk pallets form here. Dialog box is here, and it will hold 300. I was going to say, I like the fact they put the sheep sign on there, you know, just to make sure you know. But then after my recent debacle on Rasvet, where I bought pigs and tried to put them into the sheep pen, that's probably a good idea having that sign there. So this is your dialog box. And then you've got your water trough just here. If we look into our menu for our animals. Now, weirdly, my reproduction rate vanished. There was one on there, but it was saying something like 900 and something hours. No, not weirdly. I've just realised why, because I've maxed out, didn't I? I'm at 300 and it holds 300. Right, what I was going to say was, when I was at about 200, the reproduction rate was saying like something like 900 hours. Now, the thing about this, and I don't know whether this has been done to reflect the real world or not, but just like cows, a cow needs to give birth to have milk to be able to be milked. Sheep are exactly the same. They don't produce milk all the time. Once they've given birth, then they can produce milk. So the thing about it is, you're not going to get new births if you're getting milk. You get one or the other. So I assume the reproduction rate is so, you know, it takes a long time because you're getting milk rather than new births. I could be wrong on that, but that's what it was showing. They need water, they need grass, hay or hay pellets. For 300 sheep, it held 150,000 litres of hay, and for water it was 45,050 litres of water. That has been lasting quite a long time. I think it's brilliant, but you're not going to get wool. These aren't wool sheep, these are milk sheep. Now, I knew you could get milk from sheep. It's a very common thing, apparently. I'm surprised we haven't had it in-game before. You get cultured dairy products. Some of the more famous cheeses you get from sheep's milk: feta, ricotta, roquefort, pecorino. In Italy, the word for sheep is pecora, so pecorino cheese is from sheep's milk. It's a very, very common thing. So I think it's a pretty cool addition to have in the game. We'll just have a quick look at the pen. Under animal pens, it's only 50 grand to buy. Slot count of 18 goes down to 1. So 50 grand for 300 sheep producing milk. I think that's pretty cool. Now the picture does show it with trees. We often get that on console. A lot of the mods like this, animal pens that have trees and stuff in them, for some reason when we get them we don't get the trees in there. But it really isn't that big a deal, I don't think. Now, a couple of things I want to check. One, it's only for me personally, but in case anyone wonders, the big bag handlers with the straps, I always wonder whether they pick up the pallets when you get new mods with pallets. So I'm going to check that. I'm going to take this to be sold, because the next question is there a separate sell price or sell point or anything for sheep's milk? As far as I know, no. These just get sold as milk. Is it going to lift it? It is. It hasn't put the straps around them, but it has lifted it. Okay. So we can take our pallets, we can load them onto a trailer, we can take them like this, we can do whatever, that's fine. So that's our pallet. Each pallet holds 3,000 litres. So 3,000 litres of milk. The other thing I want to check is, can you take the milk from the pallets and put them into a tanker? So if it puts them there by pallet... No, I haven't checked this yet. This is my first time of checking this, so we'll see. Can I just take them and load up a tanker if I've got a load of pallets here? Doesn't seem to be letting me. That's not to say there won't be a tanker or a trailer or something that will allow it, but at the moment it's not allowing me to take the milk from there. I'll go alongside this other one just in case it's because they're in the trigger. No, it's not letting me. Okay, so it will need to be done in pallets unless you find one that does work. So what I'm going to do now, take this. Luckily we've got a dairy sell point today. I mean, I think the other sell points here on the map will take it, but I think that's brilliant. That's a really cool addition. 300 sheep producing milk. Again, it just adds something a little bit. I suppose it possibly one addition, not to the mod itself, but having a sheep's milk sell point would be quite cool, wouldn't it? Specifically for sheep milk. Maybe the prices would be different, or I suppose you could put a sell point on of your own, like the dairy one, and say to yourself, okay, well, I'll use the regular sell points wherever they are, a dairy one for cow's milk, but this one will only take sheep milk. I know it won't, but you know, you could kind of set it up like that if you wanted to. So I'm assuming this will sell as normal as milk. There's no reason at all why it shouldn't. Oh, hang on. Trigger's a little bit higher, but the churns are going. Pails, churns, containers, and that should go as well. Job done. That wasn't bad at all for 3,000 litres of milk. And there we have it. That was I like that. We've had some good mods today. Not many, but I have to say that the shed and the sheep's milk, pretty cool. So the dairy sheep by erShaba VSR modding, sir. That's it for the mods for today and for another week. I hope you have a lovely weekend, whatever you decide to do. If you have found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form, please hit that like button. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.